Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about angles, and then we're going to throw in some stuff with algebra. So the stuff that you've been learning that hopefully you feel really comfortable and confident with, we're going to throw in some new stuff. So looking at this again, I would advise that you're keeping notes in your notebook and copying these down and pausing through and maybe going back if you don't understand something, going back and looking over it again. So here in this case, we want to find what x is. I don't want to know how much this angle is. I want to find what x is. To find out what this angle is, I would need to come back and remember that supplementary angles are 180 degrees. So both of these are 180 because of that rule. So what I know is that this piece, if I do 180 minus 60, I know that this angle is 120 degrees, but that doesn't tell me what x is. That just tells me that this full angle is 120 degrees. So if I set that 2x plus 20 is equal to 120, set it up as an algebraic equation, I can then use my knowledge of what I do with these, subtract 20, and then I wind up with 2x equals 100, divide by 2, I find out that my answer is x equals 50. So I'm not looking for what the measure of that angle is, I'm looking for the answer, which would be x equals 50. I could do the same thing with complementary angles. So both of those angles together, this angle and this angle, equal 90 degrees because they're complementary. So the first thing that I want to do is figure out what this angle equals. So to do that, if I take 90 degrees and subtract 20, I get that this angle equals 70 degrees. And then if I set up that equation that this full angle equals 70 degrees, I have 3x plus 10 equals 70 degrees. And then I follow my two-step, minus 10 from both sides. I wind up with 3x equals 60, divide by 3 to both sides, I wind up that x equals 20. I can check that. 3 times 20 is 60. 60 plus 10 is 70. This angle equals 70, plus this angle equals 20. Both of them together equal 90 degrees. So then I can look at another similar figure. We have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. In this case, I want you to pause it and think, what kind of angles are those? If you said corresponding angles, you are correct, and corresponding angles are equal to each other. So what I know is that this 110 is equal to 5x plus 50. So in this case, I'm going to set them equal to each other. 5x plus 50 equals 110. I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to solve by using my two steps, minus 50 from both sides. 5x equals 60. Divide both sides by 5, and I get that x equals 12. And I can check that. 5 times 12 is 60, plus 50 is 110. This is the same equal as this because they're corresponding. So my x would be equal to 12. So down here, something similar. I want you to take a minute. What kind of angles? What do you remember about these two angles here? We have a set of parallel lines cut by a transversal. If you said that they're alternate interior angles, you are correct. And in this case, alternate interior angles are equal. So again, I would set them up equal to each other. 10x minus 10 is equal to 70. From here, I would add 10 to both sides. 10x equals 80, divide by 10. In this case, x would be equal to 8. If I put x is 8 times 10 is 80, minus 10 is 70, and I know I'm correct because both of those are supposed to be equal to each other. Good job, guys. If you would like to go practice these, I would love for you to look at the Khan Academy video that I sent you, as well as practice some problems and meet up with me again in the next Zoom. I hope you guys are all well. Talk to you soon.